There comes a moment in life when you realize the enemy you've been fighting is you. The wasted years, the emotional storms, the self-pity that pretends to be self-awareness. We say we want peace, yet we feed our anger. We say we want freedom, yet we chain ourselves to our impulses. The Stoics, Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, Seneca, knew this battle well. They lived in a brutal world, wars, plagues, exile, death at every turn, and yet they found a way to stand unshaken. They weren't chasing comfort, they were building an unbreakable mind. What they left us is more than philosophy. It's a manual for survival, how to rebuild a life from the ground up, starting inside your own head. These are 10 Stoic principles that, if you take them seriously, will make you untouchable. Not because the world stops hurting you, but because you'll stop giving it the power to. 1. Control what you can. Ignore the rest. Epictetus, born a slave, crippled for life, understood something most free men never grasp. The only thing you truly own is your mind. Everything else can be taken. Your body, your money, your reputation, gone in an instant. So why waste your life chained to what you can't control? Our power is in directing thought and action, nothing more. Every time you rage against the uncontrollable, you burn energy you could use to change what can be changed. We rebuild by drawing the line, this I control, this I do not, and we refuse to step over it. 2. Accept fate without complaint. Seneca said, "Fate leads the willing and drags the unwilling." Life will hand you losses you didn't ask for, betrayals you didn't deserve, pain you didn't earn. The Stoic does not collapse under it. We take the hit, taste the blood, and keep moving. Acceptance isn't surrender. It's alignment with reality. The longer you deny what is, the longer you remain a prisoner. The moment you accept, you are free to act within the truth. 3. Discipline over desire. We are surrounded by people enslaved to their cravings, for status, for pleasure, for distraction. The Stoics saw desire as a chain around the neck. Musonius Rufus taught that the good life is not achieved through indulgence, but through discipline. That discipline sharpens the mind like a blade, allowing you to cut through temptation. Every time you resist an impulse, you take back a piece of yourself, and over time, you become unshakable. 4. Make hardship your teacher. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Every obstacle is an opportunity to train. Pain teaches endurance. Failure teaches strategy. Loss teaches detachment. This is not optimism, it's survival. The moment you start asking, "What can this teach me?" instead of, "Why me?" you start building strength no one can strip away. 5. Master your tongue. Seneca warned that more damage is done by a reckless mouth than by any weapon. Words once released cannot be recalled, and they can destroy more than we imagine. The Stoic chooses silence over noise, precision over volume, not because we are timid, but because the man who speaks little commands more weight when he finally does speak. 6. Keep death before your eyes. Memento mori. Remember you will die. Not as a morbid obsession, but as a constant guide. When you remember that time is finite, you stop wasting it. The Stoics didn't use death to scare themselves, they used it to focus. Seneca wrote, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it. We live better when we remember we are dying." 7. Choose virtue over victory. In a world obsessed with winning, Stoicism demands something harder: to act with virtue even if it costs you the victory. Justice, courage, temperance, wisdom, these are the true prizes. Epictetus warned that if you sell your integrity for success, you've already lost. The Stoic would rather fail in honor than succeed in shame. 8. Guard the mind like a fortress. If your mind is unguarded, the world will fill it with poison, fear, envy, greed, outrage. The Stoic is the gatekeeper. We decide which thoughts may enter and which must be thrown out. Marcus Aurelius compared the mind to a citadel, impenetrable if you keep the gates shut. No insult, no disaster, no temptation can breach it unless you open the door. 9. Live as if you have chosen everything. When we stop wishing for life to be different and start acting as if we chose the life we have, something shifts. The Stoics called this amor fati, the love of fate. It's not passive acceptance, it's the active choice to embrace what happens as if it was designed for your growth. In doing so, you strip misfortune of its power to break you. 10. Every day, begin again. Rebuilding is not a one-time act, it is a daily discipline. The Stoics kept journals, not for nostalgia, but for battle readiness. Marcus wrote every morning and night, reminding himself of the principles, sharpening his mind for the day ahead. You will fail, you will lose your temper, give in to fear, say things you regret, and the next morning you begin again. That is the essence of resilience. We live in an age where people want quick fixes and painless transformations. The Stoics would laugh at that. They knew life was war, and the battlefield was inside you. The question isn't whether the world will hurt you, it will. The question is whether you will let it change who you are. We rebuild by taking responsibility for what is ours, accepting the rest, and walking forward without complaint. We hold death in mind, virtue in heart, and discipline in hand. As Marcus Aurelius said, if you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it, and this you have the power to revoke at any moment. We are not here to be comfortable, we are here to be unbreakable,